And I say, thank you. We are looking forward to that. And one of the first things we need from that partnership is for her to understand that a C is unacceptable to all of us. A C is unacceptable to me. I've been in the education in New Mexico for over 25 years. I want us to have an A. And you know where it starts? It starts in funding. We have to stop the cuts. So far, they've cut essential things like K-3+ for students all across the state to go to summer school. They've cut that money. They've cut money for beginning teacher mentoring out of the budget. No more money for beginning teachers to ensure that they're successful. Cut it out. And yet, they've maintained funding for programs that we know don't work. Programs like excessive testing of students. Cutting our way to a quality education. We planned this rally on Martin Luther King Day for a reason. We know that education is a civil right. We have the work of Dr. King as our role model and our inspiration to ensure that public education in New Mexico is not sacrificed because we've identified the wrong problem. If we can't balance our budget, it's not because we have a problem that we didn't cut enough. If we can't balance our budget, the problem is we don't have enough revenue. So that's what we're doing. A quality education is the right of every child and the responsibility of every adult. And those adults that we're talking about are not the adults in the room here today who are making sure that they are responsible. It's the adults that own these corporations. It's these lobbyists who don't want to sacrifice their profit for our students. We are going to ask them to share in the sacrifice. Speaking of shared sacrifice, we're going to have a lot of that going around. People are going to say, well, we have to share in the sacrifice. Well, that's code. For 2 years, we've been sharing in the sacrifice. For 2 years, we've been cutting our education. So we need to make sure we stop doing that. So if we increase revenue, like we roll back the tax cuts for the rich, the result will be no cuts. No cuts. If we close the corporate loopholes, what will happen? No cuts. If we add a dime a drink, what will happen? No cuts. If we increase the payout from the permanent fund, what will happen? No cuts. So we're here to ensure that there are no more cuts to public education. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to divide you up into 5 teams. Wait. Oh yeah. Wait, first we're going to have the kids read their statements. These kids are from Enlace, and so I'm going to introduce them one at a time.